Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day's off to a fantastic start. Let's do some skincare updates. I have 4 products that I want to give you guys some updates on regarding today. Before I do, however, it might be useful to tell you, especially if you are newer to my channel, what my skin type is. So I am 44 years old, so kind of entering my mid-40s, if you will. My skin is still very oily. That's just genetically what I was born with. I will say over the years, with very consistent use of skincare, as well as making sure that I hydrate my skin appropriately versus just drying all the oil out, I have come to a place where I actually don't mind the oil quite as much because it has leveled out a little bit. But that being said, I think if a dermatologist or an esthetician were to look at my skin, they would consider it still an oily skin type. With that oily skin does come the issue of dealing with enlarged pores, and I do have those. Again, with consistent skincare, especially with a few key ingredients, I have made a big impact on the size of my pores, and also with consistent use of BHA, I no longer deal with blackheads, but my skin still can certainly be prone to congestion, and because those pores are there, they can definitely fill up. So I feel like I have to remain very diligent and consistent with my skincare. And when I do, for the most part, I don't really deal with blackheads. I don't really deal with a ton of breakouts unless I am particularly stressed. I don't have sensitive skin. In fact, I would say that my skin on my face is quite tough. The skin on my neck, oddly enough, is a lot more sensitive, so the products that I use there are sometimes different. But for the most part, I am someone who commits to using skincare from the top of my forehead to just right about here, the décolleté, if you will. And I just believe in being very consistent with it. I also am a firm believer in SPF every single day, whether the sun is shining or not. And if you are not currently doing that, I just want to encourage you to do that. Otherwise, I don't really think that there is a point in investing in a ton of skincare, because we all, I think, by this point are aware that the sun does a lot more damage, even with just incidental exposure, than most of us probably thought in our teens and 20s. So, also, I am not a skincare expert. I'm not an esthetician. I am what you would, I guess, categorize as a skincare enthusiast, and I just like sharing my experiences with these products here on my channel. So as always, I will link everything that I'm sharing with you guys in the description box down below. Please go feel free to read up more about these products yourself if you are interested in purchasing them. The information is in the description box down below. I usually try to find the best price points, or provide any discount codes if I have any available. So there you go. Let's get into it. Now, I am going to start with something that was kind of a big investment, but I actually did get this for 50% off at one of the Ulta skincare events that they had a few months ago. And that is the Perricone MD Cold Plasma Plus the Essence. I have used the Cold Plasma Sub D Neck. I actually have that in my bathroom right now. I've also used the Cold Plasma, I think it's a moisturizer, on my face as well. And I love the Cold Plasma line. I have never purchased any of these products at full price because they're quite spendy. This one here, I believe I paid $80 for, and that was at 50% off. This is a massive investment, I feel like, for an Essence even at $80. But that being said, you guys, I think this is making a pretty big impact on my skin. I have actually noticed an increased reduction, even more so, increased in reduction in the size of my pores since incorporating this. Obviously, it takes several weeks. You need to commit to skincare for at least a period of 6 to 8 weeks before deciding whether something really works for you or not. Skincare is not instantaneous, and I will readily admit that when I first started out with skincare, I wanted immediate results, and when I didn't get them, it was very frustrating to me. But after, you know, listening to dermatologists, both here on YouTube and my dermatologist in real life, talking with friends who are in the aesthetics field, I really came to terms with the fact that skincare has to be a long-term commitment, and it's not something where like you reach an end goal and then you can just stop. You just got to keep going with it, right? And sometimes you might need to change it up. So I have now been using this for, it's probably been close to 8 weeks, I feel like. I don't know the exact amount of time, but it is definitely within the time frame of when I can expect to see some changes. And especially, I would say in the last 4 weeks, I have noticed an even further improvement in the overall look of my pores. And I feel like this was the only kind of new thing that that had some different ingredients that I maybe wasn't using before in some other products. So yeah, but also it's probably a combination of all the things that I use, and I have a very multi-step skincare routine, so that's worth keeping in mind. It's, for me, it's never just one product that makes the difference, it's a system, and you have to find a system that works for you. I am not necessarily brand loyal. There are brands that, you know, I gravitate towards, but I'm not someone who just uses Perricone or just uses Farmacy or just uses Isntree. I really kind of mix and match based on my skin's needs. I want to tell you guys a little bit more about the ingredients here. I'm not going to talk in depth about all of the ingredients. The claims of this are that this is a lightweight treatment formulated with amplified levels of the proven Cold Plasma Plus science to target and improve the feel and loss of radiance, uneven texture, and uneven tone. Fast absorbing and instantly hydrating, this balancing essence uses a proprietary liquid crystal delivery system for faster and effective. Sorry, I'm trying to be like as quick as possible with this video because I want to be efficient, but yeah, my mouth doesn't move that fast. I'll slow it down. I'll put some timestamps for the different products down below if you just want to, you know, read up about or hear about a specific one. Okay, so faster and effective absorption of the key ingredients into the skin's surface to visibly improve skin clarity, leaves skin looking and feeling smooth, plump, and revitalized with a youthful radiance. Okay, so we have copper tripeptide. Copper tripeptide. I promise I can read. I can usually read quite well, but apparently not today. Copper tripeptide, which is a powerful naturally occurring complex with 3 amino acids which help to moisturize dry skin for a dramatically firmer, smoother, and younger looking complexion. This amino acid trio helps protect against environmental aggressors and is a brilliant blue color due to its crystal field splitting energy. So very fancy. This does have a very slight blue tint to it, but it's, I mean, it doesn't look like it's radioactive or anything. Niacinamide. Niacinamide was such a game changer for me, you guys, when I was looking to reduce the look of my pores. My holy grail niacinamide product is definitely the Paula's Choice 20% niacinamide. I know that seems like a really high concentration to some. It is what works best for me. Most people do fine with a concentration of 5%, and that is probably where I would encourage you to start out. There are lots of different companies that sell niacinamide serums, moisturizer, other products, so you can do your research there, but I will link my holy grail down below. This is meant to visibly renew and restore the skin, also known as vitamin B3. It helps visibly minimize the look of imperfections, reduce uneven skin tone, and diminish dullness by protecting skin's moisture barrier. It's a powerful antioxidant. It protects the skin from oxidative stress and fights against free radical damage. Also fermented rice water. This is rich in minerals and antioxidants. Rice water promotes a visibly bright, hydrated, and supple complexion. by evening the skin tone and replenishing skin's moisture barrier. Anyway, okay, you guys. So kind of a game changer for me, this thing. I really have noticed that the overall tone and texture of my skin is even a little bit smoother than it is normally. Now, I do not have perfect skin. I tend to be prone to sebaceous hyperplasia. I had those treated a very long time ago with plasma pen. I still have, like, you can still see on my face where they were, but the bumps have been completely flattened out. By the way, the sebaceous hyperplasia have never returned since that treatment. I have had a couple of new ones pop up in some different areas, but I know now how to treat those if they really start to bother me. But I think overall, just the tone and texture of my skin has been vastly improved. And I really think that this is something that I probably see myself repurchasing. Now, I will certainly try to, whenever possible, try to find the best sale to obtain this product, because the original price point of, I think it's around $160, is kind of wild. I wish it didn't cost that much, and I wish I didn't see so much progress in my skin. I was kind of hoping I could come back to you guys and be like, this was such a waste of money. But for me, it has not been, and I don't use a lot of it, and I'm just using this one on my face. I have some other essences and serums that I use on the other part of my body, but this has definitely been a game changer, and I think it's going to stay in my routine for the foreseeable future. So big fan, not telling you to go out and get it, but I will be getting it again. It will need to be during a sale of some kind, preferably 50% off, if not more. All right, so let's move on to the next item, and this is a, I have these guys pulled up on my iPad here so that I can give you some in-depth information. This is the Skin1004 or Skin1004, whatever way you say it. It's a Korean skincare brand. I picked this one up from, I believe, Yes Style. This is usually on sale at a lot of different like Korean skincare websites periodically, so I will link the best price for this one currently down below. This is the Madagascar Centella Hyalu-Cica Blue Serum. I love me some serums. I have found that for my oily skin, it is better to layer light essences and serums versus one heavy moisturizer. At night, I will use a heavy moisturizer, but during the day, I focus on lighter layers of moisture for my skin. All right, so the key ingredients here are the hyaluronic acid as well as the Centella asiatica. These are meant to soothe and replenish the skin's hydration levels. A 5-layer hyaluronic acid, which provides long-lasting hydration for the skin, as well as ivy leaf extract, which is supposed to energize dull skin. There's also niacinamide in here. There's glycerin. Once again, I'm going to be linking this down below. There's pear extract. There's a bunch of other really great ingredients in here. Ooh, I am loving this, you guys. I really think this has been fantastic for me in terms of layering, again, with my other lighter essences for the day to provide me a good surge of moisture in my skin without then feeling like my skin has too much on it. Because like I said, I do still produce oil, and for me, when I put on a heavy moisturizer and then the oil production on top of it, it just makes me look super shiny. And while I know a dewy look is a youthful look, I do still, in my mind, because of always growing up with oily skin, prefer a more matte look to my complexion. I've embraced a little bit of dewiness in my day now, but not a whole lot. So this gives me that nice lightweight surge of moisture. It does not clog my pores. It has not made me break out. I use it all over and it feels soothing, and I love it. I think this was a great investment for me. It's darn affordable, I feel like, especially if you can get it on sale. And yeah, for the price, I think this is a must-have. By the way, if you hear some weird noises in the background, that's my dog Alf. He's a pug. Pugs snort, you know the deal. Enjoy the free pug ASMR. All right, you guys, let's go next to the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore-Smooth Blur Drops. I recently picked these up during the Sephora sale, a spring sales event that they had. And I was very excited to pick this up because I love me some Glow Recipe. They are, I feel like, an amazing skincare line. Again, it's like a Korean skincare line. I find that a lot of those products, especially from their watermelon line, are a great fit for my oily skin type. That lightweight moisture is just a great fit for me for during the day. This was one of their newest releases, and I love the fact that it, one, contains BHA, which I rely heavily upon to keep my pores clean. If you are not familiar, BHA is one of those like power scrubbers that go deeper into your pores than like an AHA or like a glycolic or a lactic acid would. So if you are prone to congestion, you might want to look into BHA, but I do use both, by the way. I think that surface exfoliation is also nice, but this definitely is meant to go into your pores, clear out any blackheads that you may have, sebaceous filaments, things like that. Also, it is supposed to blur the look of your pores. All right, what are my thoughts? First of all, I've used this almost every single day since getting it. I do think, just in terms of it almost being like a makeup primer for me, it works fantastic as that, because it does help to blur the look of my pores. It absolutely does. Does it make me look like I am poreless? Absolutely not. My pores are kind of beyond that point at 44. But I will say, I think that it is quite drying using it every single day, especially since at night I have sometimes flubbed up and also used an additional BHA, and I've kind of overdone it for a few days here and there. And I do notice that if I use too much BHA in addition to this, that it does tend to want to dry my skin out. So I noticed this morning that I was dealing with quite a bit of like flaking around my nose, and I think that has to do with the fact that I was kind of going ham on both BHA as well as tretinoin over the last couple of weeks. I didn't really have a reason for that. I just wasn't paying complete attention to what I was doing. And that's the thing, I don't do skincare perfectly. I flub up here and there and then have to like course correct. I really like this product, and if I'm going to continue to use this every single morning, I think I just need to eliminate the BHA during my evening routine, period. You don't need to overdo it with BHA. And I think on the days where I am also using my tretinoin, I should probably maybe skip this in the morning. I think it's just too much. However, if you are just getting started in skincare and this is the only BHA product that you are using, they actually tell you that you can use this AM and PM. I think that's a bit too much, but yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some of the other ingredients in here just really, really quickly. So again, this is meant to address the pores, the uneven texture, the oiliness. This has tapioca and rice in it, which help to immediately reduce the look of the pores and allow for smooth makeup application. There is encapsulated BHA as well as strawberry enzyme in here, and there is a plant-derived pore minimizer and again strawberry leaf extract, which help to absorb excess oil and visibly minimize and blur pores quickly and over time. So moral of the story is I love this product. I see myself for purchasing it. I would definitely recommend it. I think it's a great one. It's just another great product from Glow Recipe. I have really come to enjoy their line, like I've said, and if you have skin like me, might be worth checking out. All right, the last thing that I want to share is a new product from Farmacy. Now, I am always upfront when things are sent to me in PR. I am a Farmacy partner, so I do have a 20% discount with them. And with that, they also send their partners new product releases when they come out. So I've actually been using this a lot longer than it has technically been on the market. This is their brand new lip smoothie, and this has vitamin C as well as peptide in it. And this is actually all that I have on my lips today. I will say I wish that they had put this in more of like a traditional like bullet type format where, you know, you can apply it like a regular chapstick versus having to stick your finger in here and then apply it that way. I don't know, I just don't like having to like wipe off the excess. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the claims here, and I'll let you know what I have experienced since incorporating this into my routine. It does have a really lovely apple scent to it, so it smells good. Feels really great on the lips too. All right, so this is a nourishing daily lip balm powered by peptides and vitamin C that is clinically proven to visibly plump, smooth, and reduce lip lines while locking in moisture quickly and over time with a clear, glossy finish. And we can see that here. Basically meant to address fine lines, wrinkles, dryness, and dullness. The peptides help to plump and smooth the lips. There is upcycled extract in here as well as mango seed butter, which locks in the moisture and nourishes and sort of soothes the lips, as well as vitamin C, which over time is supposed to help smooth out the overall look of any lines that you have on your lips. So far, so good. You can see I have quite a dent in here actually. I've been using this for quite some time, and I have left it next to my bedside, and every evening before going to bed have applied this, and periodically throughout the day when I'm putting away laundry or running up to do something else in the upstairs of the house, I will stop by my bedside stand and reapply. It's a thinner type balm, so it doesn't feel sticky or heavy on the lips. It actually feels quite nice. I do find it to definitely hydrate my lips beautifully. I think it stays on the lips a decent amount of time. When I eat, you know, it definitely dissipates. If I'm drinking a lot of water, it definitely dissipates a little bit faster. But just in terms of, you know, like if I'm sitting in front of the computer working for a few hours on end, like I never feel like it kind of like disappears off my lips. There are certain chapsticks and balms that I've used in the past that tend to dissipate a little bit faster. This one is fantastic. Do you necessarily need something like this? I don't think so. You can certainly go to your local drugstore and pick up a little tub of Vaseline, and you can use that as well. But I really like the sort of extra ingredients that are in here, and I do think that, you know, if these, a lot of these ingredients like the vitamin C and the peptides are good for, you know, the skin on your face, and you have skin on your lips as well. But if those, you know, particular ingredients are good for the rest of your face, they are bound to be good for your lips over time as well. So anyway, you guys, those are the 4 updates that I wanted to share with you today. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, check out the description box down below for links. I appreciate you guys being here. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a big thumbs up for the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.